All right, we're back, and now we're doing the big stuff.
Oh yeah.
The wide receivers, top
Yeah.
30. One more time, just to run it down. Jay's going to read it on the ESPN app. Half PPR scoring, numbers 1 through 30. And then later on, we'll talk about our biggest hits, our biggest misses, our spot ons, and what we didn't list at all. It's a long list. So, Jay, should we just get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, at number 1 overall for wide receiver, you got Justin Jefferson. No brainer.
My keeper.
No brainer.
Yeah.
And number 2, Tyreek Hill, which I want to speak about this a little bit. Tyreek Hill leaving, Mahomes still number 1 overall, and Tyreek Hill number 2. So it's like, did they really need each other?
Honestly, I'm shocked the end of the two. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, me too. And number 3, you got Devontae Adams, which okay, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
And number 4 is Stephon Diggs. Love it.
Me too.
And number 5, AJ Brown, my keeper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Number 6, you got CeeDee Lamb. I hate that, so whatever. And number 7, you got another Miami wide receiver, Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle was 7th?
Bro, 2 Miami wide receivers, top 7.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Number 8, the team that we're both starting to love a lot, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, bro, he is that guy. He is that
He is.
dude.
He
Oh,
really
I'm
is.
so happy for him.
He really is. Number 9, you got Amari Cooper.
That's another shock. That's another shock for
And
me.
you know what's crazy? You got the player that's following him also tied with number 9. So, they gave him number 10, but he was
9A,
also
9B, yeah.
Yeah, 9A, 9B. You got Devontae Smith for Philly.
Oh my! Wait, so you got 2 Miamis and 2 Philly.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Top 10. Yep.
All right.
So now you got number 11. You got Christian Kirk, which I was
honestly, we'll talk about that in a bit. But
Yeah.
what a shock!
Yeah.
What a shock!
And you know why he was a shock? Because number 12, Jamar Chase.
Which to me is impressive because keep in mind he missed 4 games with that injury.
Yeah.
So to finish 12th without playing 4 games, a player of that caliber.
Yeah, that's true. You got number 13, Tyler Lockett. What do you expect? Geno Smith had the season of his life.
Yeah, I definitely am.
But it was shocking. It was shocking.
There's definitely an L for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 14 and number 15, you got Scary Terry at number 14 and Brandon Ayuk at number 15. So, not bad. So 16 and 17th, you got Mike Evans and T. Higgins. Mike Evans, I would think he would be a little bit higher, because I thought he was like the number 1 guy for Tom Brady. But, 16, looking at it now, it's like, okay, I guess that seems about right.
The thing is, he should be higher, but also if you really think about it, he should be lower. If you take away week 17, where would he be? He had what, like 40 something points week 17?
He had 43.
So
he is the reason I won the fantasy football league.
Imagine you take that out. Where does he end? So.
Yep. And number 17, T. Higgins, which I really hope he comes to the Giants. I really hope. So let's see. T. Higgins, come here, bro. New York.
Please.
Everything's better in New York.
Please.
Come on.
I swear Danny Dimes is good. I swear.
Number 18 and number 19, you got DK Metcalf again. So now you got 2 top 20s for Seattle. Yeah. And at number 19, you got the rookie from the New York Jets.
Oh, he's so good. That guy.
I didn't see that coming.
When he gets a quarterback, forget about it. Forget about it. If they get Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers,
Lamar,
whoever they get as an upgrade, Garrett Wilson's gonna go crazy next year. Wow.
Yep. So at number 20 and 21, you got Chris Godwin and Jerry Jeudy. So now you got 2 Tampa Bay players in the top 20 as well.
Hey, you also missed out on one. You also have 2 top 20 Cincinnati Bengals. The Chase and Higgins.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Good catch. Number 21, you got Jerry Jeudy.
I like what you did there. Good catch. We're talking about wide receivers. Good one.
At number 21, you got Jerry Jeudy.
Okay. Somebody that I wish could catch a little bit more, but we move on.
Yeah. He was injured. So
yeah, I think he's so talented. It's just the same thing. Injuries and that connection with Russell.
I did expect him to be a little higher as well.
Yeah, it didn't click until the end. So
yeah. You got in 22nd and 23rd, you got Pittman Jr. and DJ Moore.
Pittman, what a letdown. I expected so much more from him. DJ Moore is kind of like, I feel like this is where he belongs.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And number 24, Cooper Kupp.
I will say this,
which is impressive. It's impressive in a way.
Cooper Kupp played what, like 5-6 games, and he ended up 24th. Like, are you kidding me?
24. Yep.
Ridiculous.
He was averaging 17.94 points per game.
Half PPR, because he's a yards at the catch machine.
Yep.
So that's half PPR. In full PPR, he's probably averaging like 20 points per game.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yep. So you got 25th and 26th. You got Chris Olave, which amazing player.
Another one that I'm telling I mentioned it in the other episode. He's one of my keeper options for the 3 keepers. I have 2 locked in. Tyreek Hill, which is number 2 overall. Justin Jefferson, number 1 overall. And the third one, Olave's part of it. If he gets a quarterback upgrade as well, he might be number 3. I don't know.
Yeah, and Zay Jones at 26 also was surprising.
Major surprise.
And now to finish off, you got 27 and 28. You got Jacoby Myers from New England, which honestly, I really didn't have any hopes for this New England wide receiver core. I really didn't.
I mean, I know he's really he's good. Like, he's one of those free agents that supposedly the Giants might be looking at, and like I wouldn't be mad with him, but like I agree. Like, since it's the Patriots, it's like I really didn't think anything.
Yeah. And at 28, you got Gabriel Davis, which the way he was playing last season was much better than 28. So I was hoping he'd be higher than that, but it seems about right looking at it now.
Yeah, I feel like that's where he belongs.
And now to finish off the last 2, 29 and 30, you got Mike Williams and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Mike Williams, bro. It's just every year it's either really good season, really bad season, really good season, really bad season. Like,
yep.
I drafted him in so many leagues as my wide receiver too.
I know you did. I know you did. Yeah, man. So that is your top 30 wide receiver rankings.
Okay. Well, listen, that was a lot of information to take in. So now we're gonna go into the players that we didn't even list, like we didn't rank, weren't really on our radar. Again, keep in mind this is preseason. We never upgraded to the season, updated throughout the season. So if we did, obviously these players would be in. But in terms of preseason, right before fantasy football started, these guys were not in our top 30. So keep that in mind as well. We missed out on 9 players. Now,
and rankings become a lot harder when you get to the 30.
All right. So tight ends, when we did 15, we missed out on 7.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks, also 15, we missed out on 6. So 30 to miss out on 9, that's not bad. That's an average of 4.5, let's say 5.
I'll take that.
If we only did 15, yeah. So I'm not mad at that. But overall, 9 sounds like a big number. But let's just get straight into them. Here are the 9. Number 9B or number 10, depending how you want to call them, Devontae Smith. Now, my personal reason for it is I knew he was good. I really like him. I just felt with AJ Brown, he was going to be like kind of an afterthought.
That's it for me. I saw AJ Brown's coming in. He's going to be the number 1 guy.
I was like AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts runs, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. I'm sorry, you're going to get pushed aside.
Yeah,
he did not get pushed aside at all.
Nope.
After that, we're going to go straight after him. Number 11, Christian Kirk. Reason being, for me, I thought he was decent with the Cardinals, but I was like, now you're making him a wide receiver 1. I was like, he's not a wide receiver 1.
But you know what? You know what's crazy? A little part of me, I don't know what it is with me. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna try and be a detective, but my detective skills are really good. Okay. A part of me, when I saw the Jacksonville Jaguars give him all that money, I was like, this just tells me that they are going, no matter what, he is going to be a part of their plan. No matter what, whether they're winning, losing, whatever it is, no matter the record, no matter how much they're winning by or losing by, they gave this man all that money. He's gonna be a part of the plan.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was shocked of that ranking, but looking at it, it's like, I mean, yeah, you pretty much force fed him the ball, so understandable.
Right, because again, I didn't have him in my plans. I didn't think he'd be a wide receiver 1. And
I mean, hey, neither did I. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Number 13, Tyler Lockett, which is a player that might shock people because like Tyler Lockett's a good name. Everybody knows him, but
it was past his prime.
Not only that, I was like, all right, Geno Smith, like before season,
guy,
Geno Smith, Russell, like that's such a downgrade. Obviously, throughout the season, that's not how it worked. So that's the reason I didn't have Tyler Lockett. I know I did put DK in my rankings, but that was because I felt like DK was just a better option for Geno. Like if he's in trouble, toss
Safety
it up.
blanket.
Yeah, DK got it. Tyler Lockett's more like, yes, he's a clear route runner, more secure hands, but like I didn't know if Geno could do it.
Right.
So props to both of them. Number 15, Brandon Ayuk. Now this is a guy that I've been big on ever since his first year, his rookie year. I've drafted him every year.
I believe so.
I didn't rank him because I figured, well, I don't know what Trey Lance has in the bag, and then he got hurt without knowing, obviously. Then I was like, if it goes down to Jimmy G, I know he doesn't really throw it Ayuk as much. He prefers Debo. This season it flipped. And then Brock
Yep.
Purdy, I would have never thought about Brock Purdy. So I didn't bother with Ayuk, and I'm really happy that he's at 15. Like again, this is an L I'll happily take. I really like the kid, so him at 15, not mad, not mad at all. 19, Garrett Wilson. All right, I
Ooh.
personally already spoke about it. I said, if he gets a quarterback, kid's gonna be a problem. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, same thing. See, I really have nothing else to say. He played amazing.
He's talented. He's very talented. So let's see what the Jets do. 25, Olave. Again, a player that I had basically in every league.
You were big on him. I didn't even want to touch any New Orleans thing. None.
Yeah.
Him, I regret not catching him in any of my teams. I really do.
That's the thing. So the reason I didn't rank him is because I was like, well, I don't trust Jameis. I don't trust Andy Dalton.
Yep.
They picked up Juice. I remember they picked up Juice Landry. Michael Thomas was coming back.
Right.
Alvin Kamara. So I was like, okay, he's a rookie. He's going to get his moments, but like nothing crazy.
Yep.
I still drafted him everywhere. Why? Because he was there in the late rounds. He was like my 5th wide receiver drafted in every single league. Ended up being great for me. But that's the reason I didn't rank him. And another player, just like Garrett Wilson, gets a quarterback. Watch out with Olave.
Oh, yeah.
Number 26, literally right after him. Well, basically from 25 to 28, we didn't get. So 26, Zay Jones. I'll be very honest, did not expect it all.
Nope.
Like wasn't even on my radar. Simple as that. Simple as that. 27, Jacoby Myers. I already spoke about it a little bit. I know he's talented. I just don't trust the Patriots at all.
Neither.
So
I really had higher hopes for their tight ends.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry
I
and
I think we had Hunter Henry, both of us in our rankings.
we did.
Yeah. So like, obviously we believed in Hunter Henry more than we did in Jacoby Myers. So
Yeah.
And last but not least, Gabriel Davis. The reason I didn't put him is because I thought that 4-touchdown game he had against the Chiefs in the year before, the divisional game, I really did think it was a fluke. I think he's good, just not excellent, like top 30 excellent. So I was like,
Yeah.
no point. And I mean, to be fair, he's only 2 spots into the top 30. So
Yeah, true.
in a way, we weren't that far off. Okay.
Yeah.
But now let's go into the ones that we absolutely got locked in, like the spot on ones. Okay. I will say, you kicked my butt on this one. Okay. So for tight ends, I beat you 1-0. Then for quarterbacks, you came back 2-0, which means overall you're beating me 2-1.
Yes.
And now for wide receivers, you just blew me out the water. You beat me 3-1, meaning
Let's
you're
go.
beating me 5-2 overall. Here
Go.
are the ones we got right. I'll just say the one I got right because I mean, whatever, it's only one. I got spot on CeeDee Lamb. I ranked him at 6. He ended up 6th. You also had CeeDee Lamb at 6. He also ended at 6, as I just said. However, though, you did have 2 others. Number 4, Stephon Diggs.
Yes, sir.
He ended up 4th. You predicted him 4th. At 23, you predicted DJ Moore. Guess where DJ Moore ended?
23rd.
23rd. So congrats to you, man. You're absolutely destroying me right now. 5-2.
sir.
This round was a blowout, 3-1. Those were your 3 spot ons, my 1 spot on. But now let's go into the ones that we rank ourselves. Our top 3 worst misses and our top 3 biggest hits. So kick us off, Jay. Let me know what you got.
Let's do it. And I am not happy to start this segment because I pride myself in wide receiver. I love wide receivers. You know that
clearly
that is,
you beat me 3-1. That shows everything.
that is my position. You know, whenever I play football, hey, put me out there out wide. I'll go and catch the football. You know, whenever it comes to fantasy, I love me some wide receivers.
Yeah.
So this is why it's a little tough for me here. This one. So my top 3 worst wide receiver predictions. At number 3, Darnell Mooney. So I had him ranked at 19th. I really thought he was gonna do good. However, I didn't think that he was gonna do this bad. Okay. So I had him 19th because I was like, you know what? He's the only piece in the offense that they have. You know, Justin Fields is gonna have to throw to him. You know, since they're not utilizing him the way they should, he's gonna have to throw the ball to him. All right. So I had him at 19. This man ended up 72nd overall. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Moment of silence.
Wow.
Moment of silence for me.
Yeah. That was
wow. Yeah. So at number 2, a guy that I was very big on. Although this man, I had him ranked 30th.
Yeah.
I did have high hopes for him in the in fantasy. Okay. And this man being Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
As you know, probably throughout the whole season, his name was just not mentioned at all. He didn't do anything. Like I had him ranked 30th. Like I said, this man finished not in the top 50, Not in the top 75, not even in the top 100. Okay. This man ended from my prediction of 30th, 110th overall. How does that happen? How does that happen? Oh, but trust me, it gets worse. It
Oh
gets
wow.
worse.
Oh wow.
My number one. Okay. This man had a fantastic season the previous season. Okay. I
Mhm.
believe he was a top 10 wide receiver in Las Vegas. Okay. So this guy having Devontae Adams going into the team, I'm like, you know what? He might dip a bit, so I'm gonna have to throw him outside the top 10 a little bit. I was like, Devontae's gonna put a little dent in his production.
Right.
However, he's gonna be able to sustain his his talent is gonna be able to sustain that. Boy, was I wrong. Same thing, not top 15, not top 30, not top 50, not top 75. My man was 93rd. 93rd. I was off by 80 spots. So yeah, that that had to be the toughest part of the segment. Out of all the episodes we've done, this one definitely breaks my heart a little bit. It really does.
Yeah, that's wow.
But you know what? Let's move on to my top 3 best wide receiver predictions.
Let's do it.
All right. So at number 3, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Ooh.
Okay. I had him at 28th. I was like, you know what? You got Juju, you got MVS, you got Mahomes. He likes to distribute the ball to all these different players. I was like, who is the most talented wide receiver they got? I was like, Juju. I'm like, you know what? I think he'll be able to. I think 28 sounds about right.
Right.
I wasn't that far off. He finished 30th overall.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Just 2 off. I'll take that. And number 2, Godwin. Okay. Godwin, same thing. I was off by 2. So I had him ranked 18th. Again, Mike Evans, you got all these players. Obviously, Gronk had retired, he was gone. So I was like, you know what, they're gonna have to throw to him a little bit more, but you also got all these other pieces that that Tom Brady has to throw to, and Tom Brady has been inconsistent. So I didn't have him top 15. I had him at 18th. My man finished 20th. So I was like, okay, I'm happy with that as well. 2 off, not bad. And then at number 1, I say my best wide receiver prediction was Scary Terry.
Okay.
So, and again, same thing, off by 2. And it seems like in every single one of these, they were off. I predicted them to exceed their actual rankings by 2, every single one. Scary Terry, I had him ranked at 12, and he finished 14th. So, he still ended up being top 15. So I'm happy about that. He's definitely talented to be in there. But I was just off by a little bit. So I'll take that.
Hey, that's impressive, especially after those misses. But
I know,
yeah.
and I really like that little trend that I had going, off by 2 in every single
Off by
one
2,
of my
yeah.
top 3. So
Yeah,
I'll take
that's
that.
not bad. Hey, listen, I'll tell you this: you're not the only one that had really bad misses. Okay, my misses were bad as well. I'll start off with number 3, somebody that you had as well, Rashad Bateman. Okay, he was my 3rd worst miss. Rashad Bateman, as you said, I also ranked him at number 30 on the dot. He ended up 110. That's 80 slots lower. Yes, he got injured.
So
yes, he was out for the season, like I think halfway through the year. Yes, I get all that. But in the games he played, I think he had one good game, and that's because he had like a 75-yard touchdown. Other than that, he was not that good. He was just a major letdown. Major letdown. But it is what it is. Let's see what happens with the Ravens. I'm very interested to see what happens in the offseason. Most likely Lamar will be tagged, but let's see what happens. Number 2. Somebody that had, I wouldn't say super high hopes for, but I was pretty big on him because I was like, okay, you're upgrading teams. You're upgrading quarterbacks. You're not the number 1 target, so you can have more liberty. And he didn't do any of that. Allen Robinson. I ranked him 26th. He ended 87th.
Oh my God.
87th.
Bro, every season this man just disappoints. Every single season.
Bro, the reason why I put him worse than Bateman is because although Bateman has a worse difference, Allen Robinson played most of the season. And when he was playing, especially when Cooper Kupp was out, wasn't good. He did not look good. He looked washed, couldn't separate. Couldn't catch. How many times did Matthew Stafford lob it in the end zone for him? He couldn't do it.
Yep.
So Allen Robinson, major disappointment. I was so big on him this year in terms of like drafting him. He was there for me like in the 8th, 9th, 10th round. I'm taking him as my wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. Major flop. Major flop. But my number 1, and it's because I love him.
Let's hear this.
Because he won me a title.
Make me feel a little bit better.
Michael Thomas.
Ooh.
I ranked him 29th. He ended 112. Yes, he got hurt. Yes, he played, I think, like 3 or 4 games. I get that. But I think that's part of the disappointment. I thought he was fully healthy. I thought he'd be back. I thought he'd be cooking. I thought he'd be going crazy. And he did at the beginning. His first 2 games were like really good.
Yeah.
But then he just got hurt, didn't play anymore, was absolutely terrible. And just
man. Yeah, Michael Thomas has been one of like the most disappointing guys the previous seasons. It sucks. It really sucks to see.
Michael Thomas definitely his decline has been absolutely ridiculous. Like wow, Michael Thomas was the reason I didn't rank Olave because I was like Michael Thomas coming back. Olave's not going to be that big of an
Makes
impact.
sense.
Boy, was I wrong. But hey, with every piece of bad news comes good news, and my good news are very good, very very good. Let me tell you my top 3 hits. I'm gonna start off with somebody that I was 5 points off, 5 positions off, I should say.
Okay.
T. Higgins. Okay. Ooh. I know you weren't that big on T. Higgins this year.
Yeah.
I think you had him like in the 20s.
Yeah.
But like high 20s. I had him at 12, which ironically is where his teammate Jamar Chase ended.
Yeah.
T. Higgins ended 17. So five slots off, like not that bad. Could have been worse, could have been better, of course. But
yeah.
T. Higgins, man, listen, he's a number 1 anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Number 1. The fact that he's 17th as a number 2 tells you all you need to know. Yes, Jalen Waddle did better as a number 2. Yes, Devontae Smith did better as a number 2. But to be fair, T. Higgins is that type of guy that, again, any team that needs number 1, Giants, he'd be the number 1 easily. That touchdown catch he had on the Chiefs in the conference game last week. Oh my God, that was dirty. Yep. He's that guy. He's that guy. At number 2, Chris Godwin. Ooh, I had him ranked 17th. He ended up 20. Not that far off.
Yeah.
3 points.
Same. I had him there as well.
Right. So Chris Godwin, somebody I'm big on. I know a lot of people were scared because he was recovering from an ACL, especially that was late in the season, this and that third. I like Chris Godwin a lot, especially in his position, especially what Tom Brady loves to throw to the slot guy. If it's not tight end, it's the slot guy.
Yep.
Obviously, without Tom Brady, I'm going to have to look into Chris Godwin again this year because things change a lot. But I'm very happy that he recovered correctly, that, he didn't really relapse as many people thought he would.
Yep. That's great.
And he did good. He did very good. Ending up 20th is pretty impressive for somebody.
Bro, I'm really curious to see what Tampa Bay is going to do without Brady.
Believe me, so am I. I don't know what's going to go on, but it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yep.
But my number 1 hit, and I love it because I was only 1 spot off. I ranked him 1 spot higher than when he ended.
Okay.
Scary Terry McLaurin.
Hey.
I ranked him 13th. He ended up 14th. So, in theory, not as bad. I wish he would have done a little bit better so that I could have
spot better.
Yeah, like maybe a couple more points, get 13, so I can be spot on. Make it 3-2 instead of 3-1. But it is what it is. I'll take that as a win. Scary Terry, man, phenomenal player. Another player that if he gets a quarterback, I know I say that a lot, but it's true. If he was to get a quarterback, like put this man on the Chiefs, he's top 10. He's top 10. You know what I mean? Like, put this man.
I got a question for you, real quick. You think if you were to put Allen Robinson in the Chiefs, where would you put him?
Well, before the season started,
like right now.
Right now, I wouldn't put him top 30. Allen Robinson just doesn't look like Allen Robinson anymore. Like Allen Robinson on the Bears look good. Allen Robinson on the Rams, I don't know who that was.
You know what would be crazy? I don't know why. I feel like he would do great in Jacksonville, just like Evan Ingram.
I don't know. They're a little crowded now, especially because remember Calvin Ridley is going to Jacksonville.
Oh, you're right.
Right. So Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. I know Evan Ingram's a free agent, but if he goes back,
these guy,
so
that's a team to watch out for.
Allen Robinson. I hope he comes back because I like him, but I'm iffy on him. So we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I mean, happy with my hits. I'm really disappointed with my misses, but hey, it's part of the game of fantasy, baby. Just as a reminder, these are all preseason rankings that we did. We never updated them through the season. Once again, if we did, a lot of these guys would be out, and a lot of players we missed would have been in. But yeah, comparing the final ESPN rankings to our wide receiver rankings, you know, we got a couple hits, couple misses, couple players we didn't even put in, and some
Yeah.
pretty close calls.
Yeah.
But that wraps it up for wide receivers. And coming up next, the next episode, the big boy, the most important one, the running backs.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one was insane. I'll give you guys a sneak peek on that. That one was insane, and you do not want to miss out on that one for sure. Stay tuned. Stay tuned because that running back one is big. That one is pretty impressive. So stay tuned. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir. Peace out.